So this happiness class in Speaker's Corner, Hyde Park, Central London, is about how to find the perfect job. And I'm going to tell you about this idea. One idea is our true goals manifest our jobs. So what you truly believe inside, not what you just tell the rest of the world, but what you truly believe and want inside, will your manifest, i.e. your thoughts, will come into real life. And one of the things it will produce is your job. And I'm going to talk about why you should control and improve your goals so that you are happier, because that's the overall idea. And I've got a friend who doesn't want to be on camera. How would you like to describe yourself or say anything about yourself?
I'm just a scientist.
Just a scientist, sounds good. Okay, so all the things I talk about are inspired by Islam, which is the fastest growing religion in the world and saves people from so many difficulties in their lives. That's why I'm talking about it. You don't have to be a Muslim, you can just learn from this wisdom. This verse of the Holy Quran says everyone has a goal which dominates them. Right? There's a goal that is overarching, the thing that is most important to them. Okay, so you, the Quran says to the Muslims, and anybody else can listen to this, should make your goal to compete and help each other in good works. And that might sound a little bit vague, but it's important that it's vague. When I say vague, it's quite general. Good. What good, right? Okay. So what I'm going to talk about are to explain this. I'm going to explain it through two different categories of people: self-centered people and other-centered people. People whose most important goal in life is to love themselves, or the other-centered kind of people who have a higher goal in life to help humanity somehow. And I want to not just be critical. I don't believe in being critical. I believe in making a difference to people's lives. Otherwise I wouldn't bother coming out in this cold weather. I like hot weather, right? Okay. And what I want people to first of all realize is what your true goals are, what you sacrifice for. Say, I might be coming here. I could be, if I was, say, self-centered, maybe. People might not like this definition of self-centered, but it's not a perfect explanation. Is I could be at home redecorating my house for the 100th time, painting it again, making another nicer shade of brown or something, or green, or whatever you like. Or I could be here trying to explain to people out in the world how their lives could be better, right? That's one way of looking at self-centered versus other-centered. So whatever you sacrifice for, whatever you prioritize, that is really your true goal. Because we tell ourselves a lot of lies about who we think we really are. We have very high opinions of ourselves. That's human nature. What do you think about that so far?
Very good.
Cool. Okay, so first of all, the selfish are unhappy. And when I talk about this, by the way, I like to refer to psychology. This is actually common knowledge in psychology. I'll just point out, like, some of the most important things. There's somebody called Viktor Frankl. I talk about him a lot. He's one of the greatest psychologists of all time. Ever heard of him?
No.
Okay. He says, to be happy, you need to have a meaning in your life. And when they say meaning, he defines that as doing something good beyond your own self. As big as possible, he says. Right? Okay? So you want to do as much good as possible. That is actually how the human mind works. And that's if you understand that, I'm very happy for people to stop watching the video at this point. But if they learn that and really implement that, but I'd rather you watch a few more minutes and then maybe you'll understand even more, right? So look at the human being as a machine, and we have a button, and if you press that button, you get happy, and that button is serving other people. And there's so many beautiful ways that have been demonstrated in psychology. There's a great video called How to Buy Happiness. Have you ever heard of TED Talks?
Yes.
Yeah? There's a TED Talk. It's called How to Buy Happiness. Okay? Basically, if you buy a coffee for somebody else, I tried to buy a coffee for this guy, we refused, right? Okay? It makes you happier than buying a coffee for yourself. Now, if you're buying coffee, by the way, it's not, you don't normally buy coffee if you're starving and dying. So this is like, after you've fulfilled your basic needs, and then you buy stuff for other people, that makes you happier. Why does it make you happier? Because it builds connection and things like that, right? So, self-centered people are unhappy, and other-centered people are more happy, far more happy, because they have more meaning in their lives. They feel good about themselves. What do you think about that so far?
It's good.
Thank you very much. Okay, now based on that, where does the job thing come to it? Okay, number one, I just really want to make 2 points based on this. Number one, if you don't know how to be happy, then you're not going to know how to pick a job that makes you happy. You're going to pick a job that makes lots of money. Now, you can't eat money. Money doesn't automatically make you happy. In fact, some of the richest placed people in the world are the least happiest. We can see depression growing in the West a lot, right? And we seem to have a lot of money here. So money by itself doesn't make you happy. If you want to be happy with money, you have to know how to spend it. What are your thoughts about that?
It's good.
Thank you very much. He's a wise man. Wise people don't use many words, so I appreciate that. Very thoughtful. Thank you for that so far. Now, then it gets even worse. I'm talking about the negatives at the moment, and I'm going to finish off with the great positives, how your life can be amazing every single day based on these ideas, right? So, on top of that, if you are an unhappy person, what you do, you have to try to find happiness somehow. And what you do is you go for everything else that doesn't make you happy. You buy more drugs. That gets you excited in your mind, but doesn't give you inner peace. Okay, you buy more expensive cars, and you feel good for 5 seconds, and then you realize nobody really cares what car you have, right? Or maybe they do a little bit, but they're the wrong kind of people. And you keep buying more and more things, and you're basically like an addict in your life. The Quran describes those people like who are chasing a mirage in a thirsty person chasing a mirage in the desert. Do you know the mirage is a special kind of illusion that you chase it because you think you're going to be happy when you get it. You'll quench your thirst when you get it. But when you arrive at it, when you get that drug, you finally realize it has no value. What do you think about that?
It's good.
Thank you. Okay, so if you're a person who is desperately unhappy with a job you hate, you will make your life worse and worse because you'll spend more time in that job to buy things you don't need that you think will make you happy, and all your stuff becomes your prison. What do you think?
It's interesting.
Thank you. Now, let's finish off with something really hopeful and positive, right? You can be happy right now. Immediately, you can be happy right now. And I've talked to a lot of people. Okay, they say we hate life. When I eat food, it doesn't taste of anything. You know what I mean? I can get as much food as I want, and it doesn't make any difference, right? I hate my life. But as soon as they do something meaningful and help people, they suddenly feel good. It's like, whoa, what's happening? Do you know what I mean? So you can do that. Do you need to go somewhere? Okay, you give me hand signals, but I'm not very good at hand signals. So if you want to be happy and excited every day, I'm going to come back to this whole verse of the Holy Quran. So if you want, you should make your goal to compete, not just compete, but also help other people in good things. Now good, there's so many good things. And the great thing about this advice is that you have unlimited horizons, is how I describe it. Horizon is like something to look forward in the future. So once you've done one good thing, that's not the end. You could do other good things and other good things. And you can wake up every morning excited about achieving another good thing. And those good things are the things that make life exciting, meaningful. To do a good thing, you often have to learn, you have to struggle. I'm constantly researching for these videos. What are your thoughts? That's my last idea.
It's very good.
Thank you very much for helping me out in this video. Appreciate your time.